The mysterious disappearance of Jackson and Leah Carter has baffled authorities, shocked friends and family, and kept many people up at night wondering what exactly happened to the couple. We've seen odd cases of missing persons returning home after extended periods of time, but what makes the Carter's case different are the puzzling details surrounding their sudden reappearance and the pet German Shepherd who seems to be holding the key to it all. But first, let's take a step back and get to know the couple. Jackson Carter was an avid hunter, an outdoorsman known for his expertise in tracking deer and elk. He owned several rifles and shotguns, which he kept locked up securely. Leah, on the other hand, preferred fishing and camping. She loved reading and researching Native American history and culture. Both shared a passion for hiking and camping, and often explored the beautiful landscapes near their home in Wallowa, Washington. They were adventurous, well-equipped, and well-informed. Their disappearance was especially perplexing because they had planned this trip extensively. On Friday, October 28th, their destination was the secluded Minim River, a popular spot among fishermen and hunters. They arrived at the trailhead around noon and parked their Ford F-150 pickup truck. Before starting their hike, they untied their boat and pushed it into the river, ready to row upstream to their chosen campsite. They were expecting to stay 2 nights and 3 days, returning home on Sunday evening. What's intriguing is that the couple always told someone about their whereabouts when going on trips, and never failed to return calls. But this time, nobody heard from them. As the night wore on and the phone calls went unanswered, their friends grew increasingly worried. On Monday morning, their families contacted the Wallowa County Sheriff's Office, launching a search operation that afternoon. Upon discovering the couple's truck at the trailhead, the sheriff's office found their boat on the river, but there was no sign of Jackson and Leah. As night fell, the hope of finding the couple dimmed, but the rescue mission continued. A search and rescue team consisting of 70 volunteers spent Tuesday combing through the wilderness. They used helicopters and even a fixed-wing aircraft to scan the terrain. The team followed the river upstream, searching for any sign of the missing couple, but came up empty. As the search efforts intensified, more and more people got involved. Friends and relatives distributed flyers with the couple's photos and information across the region. On Thursday, October, the searchers finally discovered something: the couple's tent, nestled amongst the trees in a clearing about 6 miles off the main trail. It was zipped up, suggesting the couple had left suddenly. Their backpacks and supplies remained untouched, indicating they hadn't planned on leaving so hastily. Moreover, their disappearance showed no signs of foul play. There was no indication of a struggle or disturbance. The sight of their tent felt more like they had stepped away for a moment rather than vanished permanently. The lack of any apparent danger or distress made their absence even more perplexing. Adding another layer to this enigma was their dog, a well-trained German Shepherd named Rook. Initially missing during the initial search, Rook was found wandering near the couple's tent. He seemed calm, but his collar and leash were gone. He didn't appear injured or distressed, nor did he show signs of having scavenged for food or water. The dog's behavior further muddied the waters, raising more questions than it answered. Was Rook left behind intentionally, or was he also separated from his owners during their departure? Why did he remain at the campsite for over 2 years, without seeking help or wandering far from the area? These questions left the rescuers scratching their heads. The discovery of the couple's tent led to a more extensive examination of the area. The search team scrutinized everything in a half-mile radius of the tent, even bringing in a canine unit and a drone. Yet nothing concrete emerged. No footprints, no broken branches, nothing to indicate what might have happened to Jackson and Leah. Days turned into weeks and then months, yet no trace of the missing couple surfaced. No sign of struggle, no indication of where they could have gone. It was as though they had evaporated into thin air. With the passage of time, the intensity of the search efforts gradually diminished, but the mystery only deepened. People started speculating wildly. Did the couple decide to leave their old lives behind and start anew somewhere remote? Had they met with an accident and suffered amnesia? Or was something more sinister at play? Theories abounded, but hard evidence remained elusive. Fast forward to September 2024, nearly 2 years since the couple vanished. Farmer John Bishop was tending his fields just outside the town of Lostini when he noticed something unusual: a lone dog sitting quietly by the edge of his property. Intrigued, he decided to approach the animal. Sensing no aggression, he managed to get close enough to see that it was a well-built German Shepherd. But what truly caught his attention was the dog's tag. It read Rook. Immediately, memories flooded Bishop's mind. He recognized Rook as the dog belonging to Jackson and Leah Carter, the couple who had disappeared 2 years prior. Overwhelmed with surprise, Bishop approached the dog cautiously. Recognizing its gentle nature, he managed to stroke its head. Rook responded with a wagging tail, seemingly pleased to be acknowledged. Realizing the dog had been outside for quite some time, Bishop decided to take it home. He cleaned it up, fed it, and gave it water. Meanwhile, news of a dog resembling Rook began to spread. Soon, Linda Lou, a friend of the Carter family, received a call informing her about the dog. Without wasting a moment, she rushed to Bishop's house. Upon seeing Rook, she was certain that it was Lee's dog. She confirmed it by scanning his microchip, which still had Lee's contact information. Overjoyed to have Rook back, she immediately took him to the vet for a checkup. The vet was surprised by the dog's excellent condition. While slightly thin, he showed no signs of illness or injury, which was surprising considering he had been on his own for so long. He appeared well nourished and groomed, indicating he had access to food and water. His paws also showed no signs of rough terrain or distress, suggesting he hadn't wandered far from the Carter's campsite. Rook's return raised more questions than it answered. Where had he been all this time? How had he survived? And most importantly, what had happened to Jackson and Lee? The Carter family eagerly awaited answers, hoping that Rook might lead them to the missing couple. However, their hopes were soon dashed. Rook showed no signs of recognizing anyone from the family. He also exhibited peculiar behaviors that puzzled his owners. After reuniting with his family, Rook displayed some unusual behaviors that left everyone confused. He seemed traumatized, constantly on edge. He refused to enter rooms with closed doors, as if expecting something to jump out at him. He would pace anxiously until the door was opened. He also developed a fear of mirrors, which he would avoid at all costs. When he would catch his reflection, he would become agitated and bark furiously. Rook also seemed to hear things that were not there. He would stare silently into corners of the room, twitching his ears as if listening intently to something his family could not hear. At times, he would growl softly, not at his family, but at the direction of the closed doors and windows. These behaviors were concerning and worrisome for the family. They wondered if something traumatic had happened to him during his absence. They tried their best to comfort him, provide him with a loving environment. But Rook remained distant, never fully regaining the friendly and sociable dog he once was. Authorities decided to examine the area where the couple had disappeared once again. The hope was that new eyes might see something that had been missed before. They revisited the site of the couple's tent and examined the surroundings closely. This time they found faint markings on nearby trees, almost like a pattern. However, due to weathering and the passage of time, they couldn't determine what the markings were, or if they were connected to the Carter's disappearance. Despite the lack of new evidence, the Carter family clung to hope. They organized searches and fundraisers, keeping the case in the public eye. Rook became a central figure in these efforts, embodying the enduring mystery of his owner's disappearance. While the markings on the trees didn't provide immediate answers, they served as a reminder of the enigmatic nature of the case. The cryptic patterns hinted at a secret, a puzzle piece that could potentially unlock the mystery of the couple's vanishing act. However, the passage of time and the elements had obscured any clear interpretation, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. Today, Rook lives with the Carter family. He still watches the forest from the same window, growling occasionally. Although the family may never know what happened to Jackson and Lee, they're grateful to have Rook back. His presence, while bittersweet, serves as a constant reminder of their loved ones, lost, and the enduring power of the wilderness. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content. And if you have any thoughts or theories, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.